So King Baloni, taking those purple pieces, my favorite color in the game, other than maybe yellow. I think purple and yellow are my favorite too, my lucky colors. If I get
That's
those, I feel
interesting, but
good.
I'm just glad you're not the commander in the nuclear side.
Oh, because that would be very bad to see all the time. I see, I see, I see, I see.
You said go, go, go. I pushed the button, and you're like, well, wait.
Oh. I was thinking like I'd decorate the walls yellow and purple, and you'd be like, ugh, I don't want to see these colors all day. Anyway, I wouldn't do that to my walls, but I do like those.
King Baloney, nice start, nice start.
I do like that. I do like that start from Baloney. Memo going for a similar start, but he's not going to get that wood line. So we're going to see the difference in the Gazelle start with the wood line and the Gazelle start without it.
Well, and also without a house, so that's
Oh
a
my
new
gosh, he
start.
didn't finish. Oh well, no, he has a couple seconds. He's not on food yet, right? Like he hasn't gotten the 50 food for the eighth vill yet. He's about to. So now he's got the pop space to go above 8, but he hasn't even gotten an 8 vill yet, right? So because they're on
I thought he was.
7.
I thought he was doing some n-dimensional chess there that I didn't understand.
Nth dimension.
Yes.
Uh, what are we gonna see here? You think slings? You think
For
scouts,
sure, we're going to
axes?
see slings.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if Memo. I don't think Memo was watching the Soygia game, so I don't. Because I think if he watched it, knowing Memo, I think he might think, well, this would be fun. Let me try this out. But
Hmm.
given that
Yeah,
King Baloney is an unknown to him, I think he's just going to do the normal Memo. I think he's just going to
right.
give it 100% like he always does, and I think it's going to be, you know, he's going to go probably 20 bills, and he's going to go slingers.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, I can buy that. I can buy that. I think both players are going to go roughly 20. I don't. So the qualifiers were so long ago because, yeah, guys, if you're tuning in just now, we are back at it with our Classic Cup. Um, we are now in the round one matches. Our qualifiers were a long time ago, but we delayed everything because there's just a lot of patches and stuff, and we had a lot of players were confused about getting onto the newest patch and stuff. But it seems like everybody has been able to do it up to this point, so we're back live with it. So that being said, King Baloney's last match was so long ago, I don't actually remember his build order timings and stuff. Although I do remember, what I vividly remember is he had clubbers with slings. I do remember he did that. He had the clubbers in the front, so it looked like he made them. He'll probably make some more this game, I'd have to assume, if that's his
This,
strategy.
this guy knows how to hunt.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly, he's not a noob. He made it through the qualifiers. It's pretty tough. Although our qualifiers this tournament were very low, I think a lot of people were scared by the Oasis, but Baloney was not afraid of the Oasis. But should he be afraid of Memo? Memo, a seasoned veteran, expert player, expert streamer. And he's been around for a while. He's won tournaments. Like, this is a champion against an unknown, but that doesn't mean that the game isn't worth witnessing, because we can either A, watch how the champion plays, or we could see how a player would take down a champion through an upset. Like, what strategy will Bologna go with? Will it be successful? I'm not sure. The Vills 17 to 16, so Memo's off to a slightly better start here. A little bit easier with the Vill production. The gold mine was kind of in the way for some of Baloney stuff. We saw a little bit of inefficiency with the Vills walking around this forest and the gold mine at times, but he has a nice secondary pit here, so he's got 2 wood lines. He's got his granary. How does he focus this? So 17 still, 18 for Memo there. I wonder. Now going to the berries. Memo got a nice elephant there. He didn't spot a second elephant, which is just south of his TC. A lion looks like it had a feast on some of his herd, so his gazelle is actually going to be a little bit shorter. So with the elephant, it'll overcome the fact that this gazelle is going to be harder to manage. I don't know if he's going to be able to go for it, actually. Oh, Memo moving out here with the Vil. Could this be a barracks? What do you think? He's walking.
Um, so here's an interesting thing I want to bring. Never mind. So I was wondering if Memo was going to build that granary there because he was walking the guys, and it's like on the border of being usable. But sometimes when people do that, when their berries start near the TC, and they're like, you know what, I'm just going to walk and save the wood, and I'm going to go put a pit somewhere that's better. But then they forget that you need the granary to build the market. And then if you don't have the wood, it really screws you up. And I was wondering whether he's going to fall into that trap. But But no, it doesn't matter now.
No, yeah, he built his grinder. He was just saving the wood. He had just built the pit on the stone. I think that's a pretty clear indicator that he's going to go for slingers. He could have chosen a different wood line, or he could have placed the pit to avoid the stone a bit, but he went for it. That elephant right there is just so sadly, it's probably hiding in the black part of the map, hidden in the fog, just sneakily tucked away in a corner.
I'm liking how Baloni's playing here.
There's that clubber.
He set his barracks up on the hill. He's got good speed. He knows how to hunt. He's, this is, guy knows what he's doing.
And he did, I think, if my memory serves me well, he'll make like 3 clubbers here. He giving him the option to upgrade them. Probably won't, and then he's going to go for slingers once he hits tool.
Well, no, I don't think he's doing slingers. He's got 17 guys. You need a little more economy to do the slingers, because you got to get the stone and you got to get the extra upgrades. You got to build the mark. You don't need those things for axers. So he went up on 17. I think he's going for the quick hit. I think he's going to go axers here.
I don't know. He's got the 3 clubbers out. I think they're just exploring, looking for food. There's a market going up already. Probably for farms. We'll see how quickly this game progresses. I've played Memo on this setting several times, and I will tell you, Memo's more passive than you'd think. Memo doesn't go super aggro. He's going to see this clubber and probably not react. And then you see Baloni here doing a little bit of chip damage. He spotted the herd Vil. It's going to be an Axer, and Memo's in trouble. That's Axer with the armor, and that's a Vil kill. But here come the slingers. It's the inevitable.
He doesn't have enough, though. He does not have enough to. He's going to have to run those slingers until he gets enough. Otherwise, he's just going to die. But Baloni is not. He is not on stone at all. So I think he's going to be
full on.
He's going to do what I think. Full on axe. He's going for the speed. He's doing this. It's like a Soko rush. This is what I expected to see out of Soko.
It's funny because he didn't build on his face. He didn't build on top of Memo, right? Like his barracks are far away, so his reinforcements are, as you say, the ant column. It's one at a time until it becomes a long stream, right? They're out there looking for the dirt on the ground, which in this case is going to be. Oh man, Memo's in some trouble here. This is his new pit. He just invested a lot of wood into that food, and Baloni is starting to look pretty strong here. I'm liking his position more and more, although he's got to worry. He doesn't have the attack upgrade, and you really desperately need that attack upgrade against those slingers, but I think his economy at home is equally weak. He's now up to that 5th farm, so starting to take off a bit there, and that's going to help him get the food. It looks like he was really investing. He's bringing 4 Vils forward. What is this? 5 Vils.
4-1 kills. Baloni favor.
He lost the one.
So Baloni's building Vils too. So.
Oh, he's coming out to the middle for some hunt. He's out here in the middle for the hunt. Very good. This is looking good.
I think Memo's in some serious trouble here because
no attack upgrade.
Have an economy.
No attack upgrade yet, though. Still, so those slingers, the count is being culled. 3 of those slingers are desperately low, but remember, they'll still be able to do full damage from the back. If Memo micros this properly, this could start to get hairy for Baloni here. Baloni just with the slow trickle of axers is proving very difficult for Memo. Memo found that elephant, though, and that's going to be it. That's going to be huge. That elephant is going to turn the tide of this, unless Baloni gets right on top of it at the right moment. Yeah, Memo's got a lot of food income right now. This could start to change things.
Desperately need that. I mean, you look at he's got one elephant versus 5 farms, and I guess that the other guy is on. Oh, and the slingers. He's transitioned to slingers.
Yep. He's got the market. Does he have the upgrade? No. He should be looking for that. Yeah, it looks, he's got a builder going towards the stone. I think he's going for the slingers.
I think he is definitely going for the slingers. He's probably going to wait for the upgrade until he gets enough stone, because
this is just giving Memo time to build up the slinger count, though, and he's ahead on the slinger race. So it's going to be up to these axers to make a difference in the fight, but as we've seen, slingers on a hill are immovable for axers. Axers do literally nothing to this structure. Once it's positioned, it's so difficult to get your axers in a good spot. Oh, he's going to stumble right into the Vils. Oh, that could have been huge. He just went around the wrong side of it. This is going to give Memo a chance to watch this. Memo should see this. He's going to actually go for the stone mining. This could be
That's
huge.
that's
Picking up
that's
the Vil, but
smart.
Memo
That
saw
is
it.
smart.
Look at the micro from Memo.
Well, that's what's kept Memo alive here. Many a player would have lost this game already from that very, very fast Axer rush.
Mm-hmm.
But Memo was able to micro it around and save it. And so a brilliant defense by him. But boy, I tell you, he's now going to have to contend with the combination army. The early stages of the rainbow armies coming. He's got slingers and axers in formation.
If he gets on this wood line, Memo has a new wood line though. So I don't know. I think the slinger count for Memo is getting to the point where we're gonna start getting more of a stalemate here, and then I think King Baloni's on 23 Vils. King Baloni's booming behind this. If he needs to do something though, I think he needs to. I feel like he's on the clock here. With those axers in his army, they're gonna just get more and more useless as time goes on. And
I think he's done with them. I think he got what he wanted out of it, which was to throw Memo's economy off its. And look at this! Look at this maneuvering. The guy goes straight to the wall, down the wall, and then.
And he sees the slingers. He's going to back out immediately. Yeah, I vividly remember being impressed with Baloni's army control in the games he played against First, and that's how he beat First as well. He simply out microed. Here it's going to be it's a much harder bridge to cross, as Memo is a very good micro player. He's maybe micro dependent at times, I'd say. So sometimes he finds himself in situations like that, and then he overcomes it through micro. It's probably his favorite position to be in, is behind. And coming back from it, and we see it now. The slingers, so Baloni's going to have to retreat here. He could fall back to his hill. He's got a lot of reinforcements coming out of this, though. He's got 3 barracks up. He does have the slinger upgrade. This could get interesting. We're getting into kind of that longer slinger war, where the only way to beat the slingers is more slingers.
Build count. This is starting to become a serious problem.
Yeah, but Memo's got a bigger army. Baloni can't take this fight. He had good natural instincts with the army control. Does he have the precision required to win slinger battles? Let's see. He's got the axers in the front, but Memo's got the numbers here, I believe. Well, several of Memo's were hurt, and on the retreat, Memo might get caught off guard here. No, he's just regrouping here. Several of the front boys for Memo are damaged, very low, so we could see a quick swing in the numbers here. But Memo will force the retreat out of Baloni here. Baloni going to run from his woodline as well. The farming eco for Baloni is in a really good spot. I love where these farms are when you compare it to the barracks placement. There's that 4th barracks going up for Baloni. Baloni playing on point here, I would say. 25 Vils, as you said, to the 19 of Memo. Memo all inning on the army to stay in this, but he's now... Look at how he's turned the tides here. He's completely... The pressure was all on him, and now look at who's hiding out on their hill. But Baloni has more than enough here to fight from the hill. Memo should not take this fight.
No, he shouldn't, and he can't afford to, given the economic advantage.
Right, if he falls behind in slingers right now, he's still working out of 2 barracks. If Baloni's able to really pump out of these 4, we're going to see a quick shift in the numbers here. Baloni's starting to build even more farms here, and this is starting to get to that mid tool, I would say. I'd say we have now reached mid tool. It's the dueling hills, as we say all the time. Slingers on a hill, so hard. It's an immovable rock, and we have 2 armies. It's funny. It's an immovable rock that wins by throwing rocks.
Now the guy's walling up. I mean, so all of the things that you should do, this guy's done.
Yes. I would say the one mistake could have potentially been never doing the axe attack upgrade when he was in on Vils. I think that could have really helped secure the damage. Also, he was fighting slings. You really want that attack upgrade on your axers. He's being careful not to get flanked here with his army. He knows that he needs to be able to retreat to that hill at any moment. He's coming forward here, and if Memo gets caught out while attacking this, he knows how to alt click too. He knows how to clump his units. This guy, no joke here. He's here to play. And Memo who's got the larger army right now, you think? It's Memo, but by how much?
Yeah, it's got to be by low single digit, like 3-4 kind of thing, maybe.
And he does have his army forward here. He's going to go for the walls. He's going to spot the walls. And now that's going to give Baloney time. Is Baloney going to delete his walls to defend? He should. He shouldn't try to flank. He needs to go defend his army. He needs to delete his wall and go south. Because Memo's in. Walls are just a warning. But
Memo knows he knows to get caught where his army cannot get out.
And there's the wall deletion. Oh, look at this positioning from Baloney. This is huge. Memo's going to get caught out. Oh, that's massive. That battle line for Baloney was beautiful. What a great position. And there's the rewall. Now Baloney now has maneuverability in his base a bit more. He knows where... Oh, Memo's got a huge army here. Memo out of 3 barracks seems to be producing a little bit better. His economy still 4 behind. So Baloney able to maintain the eco lead. This could be a critical factor, but again, 4 vills, if they're not working super efficiently, let's take a look at the ecos real quick. We have some bad farms here. Farms that are a full farm tile away are really, really inefficient in the tool age, guys. If you don't know this farm right here is working at like 60 to 70% efficiency with that walk. Just that walk alone. That's how important it is. Memo, he's OCD with his farms, so we see perfect farms.
For those of you that don't know, if the farm isn't perfectly placed, he will delete it.
Who got the better of this? Let's check the kills. So Memo has more kills than losses now. Memo's microed his way out of this, but that fight was pretty rough for him, I would say. Baloney got a nice position.
I think, here's my assessment now, is that Baloney did a fabulous. He came in fast, he hit hard, he's an unknown player. But Memo, if you let him go, Memo grows like a friggin' weed. He's like kudzu. He just grows and grows, and he's excellent at all this micro.
Look at this flank. Does Memo know about this flank? Does he know it's an option?
He's gonna find. He's gonna react instantly when it happens, though.
A vill could go down. No! Oh, Baloney smartly not wasting time on the vills. He's gonna try to fight uphill, though. This is way too many slingers here, and he could get caught out for this. Memo's gonna go for it. He's going for the fight. You see this? You look at the positioning. He's going to trap him on the gold.
Memo's going to do the Memo clamp. He's going to try to.
He's going to collapse on this army.
That army from running. Oh, this is really going to hurt
Baloney. Yeah.
This is no Baloney.
He's going for the woodline now, though, with a big raid. So this army was just half of his units.
He's got a lot of.
Memo sees it though. He's not going to give up the hill. He's not going to chase. He's not going to overextend.
That army's going to die. That little excursion's going to die.
Several vills could go down for this one already. And remember, we're at the point of the game where getting your eco off the ground it's just starting now, right? Memo's got the numbers though. I think my FPS is starting to go. That's how big the Slinger War is.
What a fabulous game this is.
Yeah, Baloney's really giving us a treat here. He's 7 vills up. He's maintaining that vill production very nicely.
So this guy King Baloni is a Smurf account for somebody, because a guy that plays this well plays. It's not just somebody that just kind of comes back and is like, oh, I got a tournament, let me go play, and then just goes off into hibernation again. This is somebody that actually plays. So if he plays the game, he's got another name.
I spoke to him. I spoke to him when he signed up. He used to play, and I think maybe he plays other RTS to stay sharp. I don't think you need to play this game every day to stay good at it. Primarily because of the micro is it's intensive. So as long as you're clicking a lot, you're probably doing well. So like a fast player is just gonna do well no matter what. I mean, yeah, they're staying sharp and stuff, but. Look at this pressure he's applying to this wall. He doesn't want to give Memo the opportunity to make safe here. His economy is still 7 ahead. Or math? 5 ahead. And remember, several of Memo's vills have died from that low blow there. And he will regroup with his army. He's taking a rough fight though.
If this is Goldie.
You think this is RFR Gold?
He came in and he smurfed Steel one time. Steel was doing his casting, and Steel was playing 1 versus 3, and this guy just came in and just wrecked him. Steel. And after the game, Steele was like, "You did a great job. Who are you?" And he said he was gold. And then they started talking like it was gold. So I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, this is RFR Gold right now.
Well,
a literal
seems
legend.
Unlikely, but it could be. I mean, for somebody that plays this well that never plays, either that or it's a Smurf account.
I don't know if he never plays. I never see him, but like, I also don't play anymore.
No, you only don't play for the last couple of weeks because you can't play. But you know, I can't play anymore either because nobody shows up anymore.
His micro is so good. This guy's actually fighting this properly. He's fighting the long-term slinger. He's still outbooming Memo by 9 vills, and maybe even more than 9. But Memo's still with a large army, and he's going to be able to use this hill to his advantage. So this game is going to go pretty late. We're going to see Bronze Age pretty soon from, I think Baloni is in the driver's seat here for Bronze. Oh no, he's also dangerously close to chopping. He's chopped through. He could deny the wood line. Memo isn't chopped through yet. You need to prioritize this with your choppers at times in games like this, because 6 slingers to the wall could deny it for a time and distract you. They're trapped themselves.
The size of these two armies here.
They're massive.
This is like a World War I battle line.
This is reminding me of an offline game. I didn't stream this game, but Memo and I played a 1v1 on Oasis. And that sold me on how good this tournament would be, because this is basically what it looked like. We had battle lines going across the entire the edge of the map, and it looks like Baloni's getting ready for just about that. He's almost got it. We're at the point where to micro your whole army requires several hotkeys for just the front part of your army. Like this is 3 control groups already for both players, and there's the bronze for Memo. Actually, Memo getting that bronze first with a far smaller army.
Right,
Eco.
Let's try the bronze clock. So 33 bronze. We'll see when Baloni goes up.
He can't be far behind. He's still producing slingers, so I'd assume he's already played.
He's got a bigger ego. He's got a bigger ego, so he's got to have
a bigger ego. So interesting. Memo hasn't mined any gold yet, so we can't see that very, very critical upgrade, which is the bronze shield. Bronze shield at this point, I mean, going from 2 pierce armor to 3 is such a big difference in these fights.
Well, you know, now Memo likes to go CA in bronze, which I just don't get. But I never argue with Memo because he's right and I'm not.
Because he can micro. In this. Baloni's going for the engagement.
Baloni's going to get creamed here.
I don't know about that. Memo's army was out of position. Several of them were. He's got that southern flank still. That's a strong patch, and he's still streaming up the hill. But I think it's too much. That hill's just too big.
He's trying to rush a fire ant hill. It's not going to work.
But Baloni's got to be up to bronze now. He has to be, or else he's going to die. This could be the end of the game. Memo may have been able to do it.
2 minutes in. So.
Oh, stable at the south. Is he going to go camel out of that? Is he on gold yet? Is anybody on gold? No one's on gold, so maybe it'll be chariots. Yeah, the first wave of CA, so the wheel upgrades in.
I don't get this, but he likes to do that.
Because with the slingers as a front line, the CA are actually pretty good against the slingers.
He doesn't have the ranged upgrade though. The second he doesn't have.
It's okay. Slingers only have 5 attack. If you have a huge look at the massive slingers he has, those will do more than enough for protecting his CA. CA have 1 more damage. They have more HP, more speed. They're worthwhile here. The range, it really helps your battle.
I think we're seeing the beginning of the end here.
Yeah, Baloni losing some vills on that southern part. It's starting to fall apart for him.
Yeah.
And notice, the CA are just going to stand behind the army, and he's going to get to the point where the CA are so powerful behind the slingers. That's a critical aspect, though. Memo's still making slingers. That's a really important part of that. You can't just transition fully into the CA. Oh, but he's getting a huge hit here. Man, my FPS. This sucks.
He hasn't done the Pierce armor upgrade though.
Yeah, it's really surprising. He told me the last time I told Memo about the Pierce armor upgrade affecting slingers, he didn't believe me at first. And then in games I've played with him, he always says he forgets. So I think he just forgot. He's had this advantage for so long. What are these scouts going to do? Are these scouts about to do nothing? These scouts can't do anything at this point. And Memo's taking the hill. There's the Bronze Age, but I think it's too late. The slingers are everywhere.
I mean, that is. My goodness, that's an army.
There's the
King
GG.
Baloni knows. But that's another indication this guy knows what he's doing. He's like, I can see this, and the game's over.
The fight up the hill was awful. That was terrible.
Yeah.
I think he realized he was really far behind on the bronze click and was like, I need to take a fight now, thinking that Memo might have sacrificed some army for the bronze click, but he didn't. Memo had a huge army on that hill.
I mean, look at the kills. 185 to 72.
Yeah. That was absurd.
That's the Memo micro right there.
GG indeed.
What a game. What a game.
I mean, both players had a big hill, so it's not like... And that's what we always talk about. These hills become the critical aspects, right? And I think... I gotta keep talking about this, but if you slow down slingers, it's harder for them to leave and return to hills. I think that's an interesting way to make it... Like, if those early slingers here had trouble, like, negotiating this, they lose a lot of their power when those axers were running around his base. That was a good game, though. That was a really good game, I will say. And that's only game one. This is a best of 5. We're going to see... I think we're about to see a slugfest, but I think we did witness that Memo probably has better battle micro here. He definitely microed far better, and he took better fights, I'd say. Even with the lesser eco, he was able to maintain 185 to 72 kills. And he didn't lose too much of his eco. The raids didn't... It disturbed him early, for sure. He lost a couple vills on that hill, but I don't know. He was able to... He watched the axers walk around, and he didn't need walls. He just ran the vills, and the vills were fine. Anyway, game 2, guys. Do you already have the room set up?
I do.
Okay.
I even have Meow in here.
Mm-hmm.
And Nukem.
Okay, I'm going to put in the score real quick, guys. Takes me a minute. Excuse me. It just takes a second. Jeez.
Well, Memo loves competition, and he loves tough games. So he's got to be jazzed after that game.
Mm-hmm. The micro difference was huge there. I agree. Silver. You got Memo and Memo?
No, what? Who? What?
The Meow guy is
Meow, yeah, he was in.
He's a Voobly player. He's known.
Well, he got de-Voobly.
De-Voobly. Debooted. The ROM boot. Actually, 2 minutes. I need some water, guys. I've been casting for a while. I'll be right back. Just a couple seconds till I grab some water.
Yeah, Lepanto Mbe did drop out, but he's not dropping out of the overall tournament, just Duel in the Desert. So he wasn't able to play for this anymore in this iteration, but he'll be back. Okay.
Okay, I'm back, guys. Let's see. Ready to go.
So,
Start the game already.
Yeah, best of 5. Don't forget, you both have access to 1. Restart.
and we're off.
I was typing. Damn it!
What were you doing?
I was telling him the rules. They don't know about the go back. Memo asked the question.
Oh.
Memo typed the question into the thing, and you just launched.
Well, you shouldn't have gotten ready then.
I didn't have time to unready. Okay, whatever. It's not important.
Are there?
There's
knows
one.
There's at least one.
There's one. And you have to use it before 3 minutes. Okay, here we are. Let's focus on the games. It's no issue. So Memo has a really good start. Holy crap!
Just send him a.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I guess you can't because you'd have someone to Baloni to, which you can't.
Yeah, that's not fair. I'm not going to do that. So, well, I could, but
because Memo will check, but King Baloni might not, so it's still not fair.
Yeah. I'll tell him next game. Well, in theory, they should all know because it's in the rule book that they signed up for. That they agree. They said they read it when they signed up, so they have to know.
Just blame it on the trigger happy nuclear button pusher.
Who's that?
That's me.
Oh, you. Like, who are you talking about? Oh, Slewy, thank you, man.
That was reference back to my last joke. All right.
What? Okay. You're tying circles.
Last time you said lawn.
Yes. You're turning. You're going too far. It's too much. Stop. So. So now we're gonna pay attention to this game. So the oasis in the center, like the wood line in the middle, is pretty interesting. I'm not sure if this will affect the game. I think we might still get slings, but a really big note, is that King Baloni does not have a directional hill. And what I mean by that, I guess that's not the best way to phrase it, but he doesn't have a hill defending him in this choke point. He'd have to go pretty far to get a hill bonus, whereas Memo has a great location to camp slingers, far closer. I'd love to see Baloni maybe try his Axer thing again, but I feel like that only worked because Memo wasn't ready for it. I feel like if he tries that play again, Memo's more prepared. And Baloni here, pulling an Ellie, pretty far here. It looks like he's going to give up on it.
Think about this. If Baloni plays for fast tool again, and he builds on that hill his Axer barracks, that could be a real problem.
Yeah, that could be. Getting some map control here would be really, really nice for him.
I think he's probably going to go for. I think he's going to go for fast again because, in my opinion, the guy was doing best in that game in the first half. In the second half, once Memo got his footing, it shifted, and I suspect he knows that. So if he's like, "Look, I did best because of the fast hit and everything," he's probably going to try to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, as soon as I say that, I see Memo's the first one scouting around that hill there.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the players don't know how close they are, right? Like, we're the ones that know. Oh, damn it! I keep forgetting that I can't show you guys the minimap. I need to fix that. I really do need to fix that.
What happened to the minimap?
The minimap view, it's like I don't know. I go to it and it's just a black screen.
The maxi map. We should dub it the maxi map. What happened to the maxi map?
That doesn't deserve a response. So
Memo
has a good start here with the Ellies. He has a really good start with the Ellies here. He got one. He had 2 gazelle patches now. Right? Was that 2 gazelle patches or one that he split between the storage pit and the TC? I don't actually remember. It could have been 2. I think that was 2. That was 2.
I can see the skeletons of gazelle down there by that elephant.
Yeah. I think it was 2 full patches. Interesting. We saw Baloni here pulling that elephant. He started it, and it's like he just stopped. Is he going now for it? Maybe. I'd like to see him finish this lure. That explains it. He's going for the pit first. Closer. Maybe he doesn't want to try to lure this too far. Oh, he wants to get the gazelle in, and he knows that elephants, even an elephant that's like decaying like this, scares away gazelle. So maybe he's going for... Yeah, he tried to get the gazelle first. They failed, and now he's bringing the Ellie.
So how many people know that?
Oh.
Well, he kind of...
We don't know if he knows it. He could have just
Well, he certainly behaved like he knows it.
I feel like anybody in this tournament should, at this point, know that elephants scare gazelle. Interesting. Memo's got a nice granary here with 2 more berries. It's really critical to be able to pick up these central berries. We've seen players go for it, and I feel like 300 food. Like if you get 2, there's 2 like right here as well. 300 food. It's so unnoticed, but like it's a huge boon, right? It's at least it's some food income that you get without building a farm. And he actually had 3 berries there. I didn't notice that. There's a 3rd, so it's a very high value granary. Because as you know, food is so tough on this map, you have to think about what is a valuable granary differently. Like, a granary here is probably pretty good, even though in a Conti game you'd go, why would I ever do that? But the numbers change here. There's the barracks for Baloni. He's going to try to do a wall off here. I don't know how far the players have scouted. This is an artifact and ruin list map, so there are no artifacts to scout the map for you. And players, Oasis is so demanding on your eco already, it's really tough to send a Vil out and be like, yeah, that feels good. No, sending a Vil out on Oasis feels terrible. You're losing so much eco, and you need every little drop you can get. And there's the Tool Ages. They're actually just about the same exact time. No, oh, I messed that up. Baloni was a little bit slower here, and Memo was bigger and faster. But there's the immediate market again. Could we be seeing slingers this time? Maybe. We have the market and the 2 barracks for Memo. Memo's build order here working perfectly, I would argue. He's got the 2 slingers out at 10 minutes, so he's prepared for just about anything. Now, what are we going to see from Baloni? He's already doing slingers as well, and he's sending them and looking for the hill. I think he knows that he needs a hill, but he doesn't know where the attack might come from. I don't think either player knows where it's going to come from. Memo's sending some 2 early scouting slingers out on the map. They could run into these lions here, which would be very problematic. But it looks like they will narrowly avoid those. What happens? Are you there, Romy?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just kind of taking it in, looking at what's going on. I mean, Memo's starting to build a pretty good sized army, certainly ahead of King Baloni's production by about 2 to 1.
Yeah, it's that he's down a barracks right now. He's focusing on the farms.
These 2 slingers down south, which are going to run into a lion. There they go, steppy. He's going to kill my peeps. And there they are.
Lions 1v1 slingers, but not 2v1.
Yeah, not 2v1.
It's close. That's a hurt slinger, and in low numbers, that matters. There's that second barracks finally going up for Baloni.
But he knows that 1 slinger by itself is just going to die to some random lion. So he's got 2, and they're just scouts. So he doesn't really care about them other than from the standpoint of being able to find something.
Well, as soon as you find it.
One guy left his partner. So Memo setting up shop. He's putting the flag up on the all important hill.
He's now spotted Baloni here. Baloni still not quite sure where Memo's going to come from. If he gets baited by these 2 slings from the south, he could lose his only hill advantage.
These cartographers come with a little bit of punch. So, see all this.
The Vil's about to die. Vil's going to die. That Vil's going to die.
Yeah, that's a free kill. But the real value here is causing King Baloni to have to multitask and to pull them off off their wood or whatever it is they're doing.
He also got a Vil kill, and this early a Vil going down is huge.
Yeah,
Baloni is a lot bigger. Baloni's a lot bigger, though. He's got a lot more eco here, but Memo has the army, and I don't think Memo's that worried about it. I think he knows he's got the timeline. So I think he's aware that he's got a bigger army. I'm surprised he isn't striking yet. Maybe he hasn't checked the eco tab yet, but I guess getting these 2 Vils off the back of this. These 2 slingers doing a lot of work here. That 1 Vil staying alive with 7 HP. And here comes Memo. He's looking to push He's looking to push. He's off the hill. He's going to go for the second hill. It's going to be an awkward fight for both players. Baloni's holding out on his hill, but he's outnumbered. If Memo gets atop the hill, he's not on top of the hill.
He's going to bypass the hill. Memo knows he has the larger army, too, because, you know, he frequently checks the stats.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows where his opponent is, and he knows he has a larger army, and he knows he's behind in eco count. So that probably adds up to Memo is it's time to start it.
Yeah, he's going. He does, but there is always the factor that slingers on a hill are really troublesome. I don't know if he's explored all of this southern area of this base, like kind of what's hidden here. He could be thinking that there's a hill somewhere. But this hill for Baloni is pretty rough. It's really hard to hold this. In fact, I don't know how possible it is. He needs to go to there. There he is. Yeah.
Oh, that's a big army now. Yeah, it's too wide and too flat to really hold.
Well, if you micro it perfectly, I guess. But Memo's not going to take a fight of that. There he goes. But all the slingers went downhill, so that volley was pretty fair exchange. Memo getting the better of him there. A lot of those HPs going down on that front row for Baloni. Baloni in some trouble. He could get out-microed here. Outmaneuvered, rather. As Memo...
Oh, man.
Baloni can't give up this hill.
Memo's going to be very careful to not let that army get flanked, because that's a tactic he loves.
Mm-hmm. Trading 1 for 1 there, but the HP probably, I believe, due to the numbers that Memo was fronting there, I think his HP was a bit better. And he's going to get the hill fully. It was a nice maneuver, and now he's got the hill, and there's no way Baloni can take that. And bam, bam, bam. 2 vills going down, or two slingers going down, a third very low. Man, this is looking dangerous. This is looking real dangerous for Baloni here.
Check the eco count, 31 to 26.
Yeah, Memo's catching up now. He's starting to boom on his own. He wanted to make sure he had an army, I guess, before he made any builds. But Baloni does have 4 barracks against the 3 of Memo. So if he's, again, we're in that kind of position where Memo's got a hill, Baloni doesn't.
Yeah, farm count's probably a little bit in Baloni's favor, but not by much.
But the placement matters. Memo's placed them better. They're more efficient.
Yeah, for sure.
These farms, again, if you're a full farm away from a drop-off spot, we're talking ridiculous amounts of inefficiency. It really bothers me how bad they are. Compared to a well-placed farm, right? So Memo's just going to hold this hill until he feels comfortable taking a good fight. He's eking out a little bit of an advantage. Every time they engage, he gets a slightly better kill loss. And that's going to help him deal with the 5 vills that Baloni has over him. And Memo's... See, the thing is, now Baloni could potentially... He's got big numbers here. Baloni's got a lot. Memo may have gotten careless here. Memo doesn't have a stream of units coming. And here comes a nice position from Baloni. If he fights this, it could be really good for him. Memo's finally off the hill. Take the fight. Take the fight. Oh.
I think he's got the numbers there, though. No,
I don't think so. I don't think so. It's really close there. Oh, 3 of Memo's units getting caught out. He must have more than 36 or something in there. So it's hard to click them all at once. And so, did one go down? No one died there? How the heck? He's low. Oh, Baloni's got a stone miner idol. I don't know if he knows that. He's got a lot of... His eco here is really bothering me. Oh, man. My OCD just kicks in at this. Look at this farm. It's so far away. Look at this walk. Look at this journey this man has to traverse just to whack away at the earth with a hoe.
In the desert.
In the desert.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. How do they irrigate these things? Like, where's the water coming from? The oasis?
They gotta carry that. They put little water bottles in their pockets.
Where? I don't see the water bottles. Oh, God, the fight. They're fighting. Okay, no, they're not. They're just negotiating. Memo always pressuring here. He's going to start whacking away at that.
Oh.
I like this play. So he split his army.
This is quintessential Memo.
Here's the hammer. Out. Here's the army. Here's the hammer. And the anvil. I think Baloni's got the numbers to fight this, though. Oh, no. Oh, he's trapping himself. He has to fight. He can't run this.
If he loses this fight, he loses the game because he doesn't have any other barracks.
He has a range. He's clicking bronze. Memo's going to see the range, though. Oh, I think he narrowly avoided seeing the range. Interesting. Do we see a bronze from Memo soon? No. Not yet, at least. There's no other buildings here. This is very interesting. Another barracks going down for Baloni as well. Maybe the range was a misclick.
Well, I don't think it was. I think he intended to do what you were thinking. But I think he's like, I can't afford not to have another barrack. He's going to lose another one here. It looks like the ant trail is starting.
Yeah, Memo's starting to really pump out now. Out of these 4, it can be probably permanent at this point. He's starting to build more houses. We don't see the bronze yet, though. So now the next target here, does Memo go south towards the barracks and the army, or does he go left to the house wall, which is going to die so fast, and the vills behind. The promise of eco right there. He's going to go for the barracks for now. I'd love to see the bronze come in for Baloni, and there's the stable. He's going for the rainbow. He believes. The Rainbow Army will exist this game, I do believe. I think Baloni's got the army that he needs to defend this. That stable might really scare Memo. It might push him into an action. It could force a mistake here, force an error.
I don't know. That's an awfully big army.
There's the bronze.
Oh,
This is
okay,
huge.
So 25 even.
25 minutes. That's a pretty good bronze time for a sling war. And do we see a reaction from Memo? He's going to have to click ASAP. There's the stable. He's building the range, like you said. He likes that range. Do we see that upgrade coming anytime soon? Remember, the best upgrade right now is going to be... Memo's just got so many slingers. The best upgrade at this point would be the bronze shield.
It is. That's the only thing he can do. Really. Well, there's 2 things. He doesn't have any. Oh, he does have gold, so he could start pumping. He could get some swordsmen out.
Not yet. They're not going to do anything now. He might be trying to make camels. I think it could be better to do chariots, though. Melee chariots. Oh man, I think Baloni's in trouble, and I think he knows it. I don't know how he holds this. The pressure from Memo is just mounting up. Memo's just deleting every building. Slingers are so damn strong. Oh my gosh, they're just gonna win the game.
I mean, these slingers came with blowtorches, man, and they're just setting these buildings on fire.
It's funny, yeah. You throw a rock at a stone building and it catches on fire. I guess they're chucking flint. This oasis only has flint in the desert. Do we see that upgrade? No, we don't even see anything out of these stables yet. He's gonna have to run his vills, all of his economy. He's got the wheel upgrade though. The wheel is huge here. He's able to
run.
There's
so
that first camel, no attack upgrade. This camel's just gonna instantly get rinsed. Watch it just die. Blah. Dead to the slingers. Here come more slingers. Oh, that first chariot archer is out from Baloni.
This economy is just getting devastated.
Absolutely wrecked. Memo's got 4 ranges, so his bronze must be seconds away. It's very confident to build 4 ranges here before you even have the wheel upgrade. Although, for that raid, what did Memo pay the price in? His army is now being forced out a bit, it looks like. Or maybe he's just regrouping to play it a bit safer.
85 to 47 build count. Or, kill.
That scared me. I was like, who the heck has 85 bills right now?
Yeah.
Is that even possible? Yeah, so 91 kills here to 53.
Memorize villager highs.
Mm-hmm. This is looking rough for Baloni, and there's the bronze for Memo. It's going to be a lot here. It's going to be a lot for him to handle. When those CA start coming in behind the Slinger army, we saw it last time, it was the game ender for him. But I feel like he already won the game. He could just win it with slings. There's the GG from Baloni.
He thinks you're right.
Damn.
I tell you,
What a game.
Another very excellent performance.
Yeah, Baloni, I think, surprising us all here with some strong play. As you said, an unknown player guy. Like, we haven't seen this name in any of our tournaments so far, and he hasn't taken a game off of Memo yet, but, I mean, that's hard for anyone to do. So, I mean, Memo, again, champion of many tournaments. Very strong player, revered. by many communities. So many people think he's the best. So many people. And proving it here once again, Baloni unable to take him down. Now remember, this is a best of 5. We have another match here, or another 3. We could get the reverse sweep from Baloni. Let's find out now.
I'm not gonna launch the game until you tell me to launch and you confirm the launch this time.
Okay, we have a fail-safe system in play
Yes.
here. So Memo taking the second game. Now it's 2-0. Baloni in a bit of a hot seat here. What are his options, Rom?
Well, I think the closer game between the two was the first one. Now, part of that might have been the shock factor, but I think he's better off going for the super fast hit with the Axers. Because if he plays this, bigger game thing, I think once they get to big armies and everything, I think Memo's micro is just incredible.
Yes.
So I think his best bet is for the Blitzkrieg.
Interesting. Yeah, I think he might be better off doing that early aggression, like you said. GG indeed, Bronze Boy. As we are going towards game 3 here, we can hop in, and King Baloni is back.
Yes.
In case you forgot, we have one restart. 4. You can use must be called before 3 minutes game clock. There we go. Sorry, just covering that basic. So now they know it's in there. But yeah, guys, how is everybody doing today? Welcome everybody to the Classic Cup. We are having some of our round 1 matches. These are best of 5s. You can use the command bracket here. I'll type it in for you to get a good look at this bracket. I'll be updating it right after this game. After this match, rather. So we're getting into round 1 after our delay from the what's it called? After the delay from the Steam release and everything, those updates caused some not schisms, but some delays in the tournament, like issues with updating and players and getting everybody on board. But we're back. We're back with the Classic Cup. We're good to go. And let's see it. I mean, Baloni, he 2-0s first, right? And now he's up against Memo. And he's down 2. What does he do? What does he do? I don't know. What options does he have?
I think it's a Blitzkrieg. I think it's his best bet. I don't think he can outboom Memo. The fact that, and you keep pointing it out, but you cannot underestimate the importance of it. The economy might be larger for King Baloni, but it's not as efficient. Memo's farm placement is perfect.
Right.
So if you're not going to win, and by the way, Memo loves DM. He was originally DM. So the bigger it gets, the better he gets. So your best bet is try to hit him early.
Right. Yeah, I agree because, I mean, going back to your previous comment about the farm placement,
Yes.
it's something he's very particular
You have
about.
launch confirmation.
Yes, the players now know. I told them about the restart.
Game already. Yes.
We're good to go. Just making sure they know that rule, and we're good to go.
All right.
Game 3 here, guys. Potentially the winner here for Memo, as we did have. We're getting really intense slinger battles here between these two. I agree with you. I'd love to see Baloni go for the Axers again, because it really threw Memo off. Because it wasn't painted. There weren't those forward buildings coming at him.
Now, that strategy is going to be a little harder in this map because they're a long way away. It works better if you're closer. So that's going to make it a little harder to do.
Interesting. This map is interesting for Memo. I think if Baloni applies the pressure early, he's in a better spot than if he doesn't. But Memo's got a lot of hills he can work with. So the more hills, it favors the player who's going to spend more time microing. Higher APM player will win if you have more hills. Like this kind of stuff, this situation, where you could have slingers here facing off slingers here, that's But the player who clicks faster and has more effective actions per minute is going to be in a better spot, right? When you have dueling hills like this, or just more hills. There's more to do in Memo's base. Meanwhile, Baloni, once again, is getting kind of screwed over by the hill generation. No hill to defend from, and we talk about that every time. The defensive hill is so powerful with slingers on it. And Baloney just doesn't have that option. I think you're right. Axers. He has to axe. I think that's his only way.
And if he finds them, 4 elephants to pull, all within pulling range. There goes. So if he pulls 4 elephants,
yeah,
that's going to help sustain an Axer rush with the upgrades that he needs.
Now he needs to be very careful. This could have been a bit early for this elephant lure, I would argue. It's going to decay a lot. He can't afford too many vills on it because he needs the wood income. He's dancing. Oh, there's the... Whoa, good timing. You see that? He blocked the elephant, like, perfectly. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but, like, he stopped the Ellie.
It just popped out. It just popped out. Yeah. I think it was coincidence.
I mean, okay. Okay. I think it was coincidence as well. So...
All right.
Oh, man. I'm in a great mood. These games have been so good, dude. The past 3 series have been fantastic. And think about it, all for their own reasons. You know, Thontic versus Zeta, we saw some crazy games. We saw one go late bronze. We saw the Rainbow Armies. We saw the Iron Age in that game, like an iron fight in their game. We saw Soigia bringing out the scouts, all like a throwback to Shang and Shambles. Like, wow, what a crazy game set we just had. And now we have El Clasico in terms of Slinger Wars, right? Like, this is just...
Let me ask you. Let me ask the community this. You know, while we're in the slow phases of this, how many of you people are surprised by how exciting the Oasis map is? Because I think a lot of people, me included, didn't appreciate the dynamics, how the dynamics would play out in Oasis. Because I think it's created some really interesting gameplay that Winston just was talking about. And he maintains it's the most balanced map that you can have. And I think there's a lot of reason to believe that that's true. But I'll bet a lot of the community are surprised. But it'd be interesting to hear.
Yeah, if you guys have your thoughts on that, I'd love to hear what you guys think about Oasis. And maybe I'm I'll be honest, so you guys know this is Duel in the Desert, the name of the tournament. And this is part of it. So if you're tuning in or if you're new, this is the Classic Cup. It's a series of tournaments that are all singular focused like settings. So it's always Sumerian and it's always Oasis all the way down the bracket till the end. And that's the setting. It's done for, you know, replayability in terms of really getting the best player at these settings. And then each tournament along the season is getting us a different map and a different civ in these 1v1s, right? That's the premise of the tournament. That being said, we've had Shang and Shambles, which was Shang on Rivers. We had Assyria and Ashes, which was Assyria on Hill Country. We had, Clash on Crete, Conti with Minoan. And we now have Duel in the Desert, Sumerian Oasis. That being said, I regret to inform you all, I am out of clever names regarding a map. So I think I'm going to ask you guys for help. What do you think the next map and civ should be? Stage 5 of the tournament. I can tell you it's going to happen right after this tournament. I can tell you when it's going to happen. I can tell you probably all the people that'll sign up. I cannot tell you what the map is going to be yet. It is not defined. We have an undefined tournament for the first time. I had all 4 of these planned out since the beginning. And I said halfway through, by then, you know, I'll have plenty of ideas. Maybe I haven't thought about it enough, but you guys are so great, so I'll give you guys some time to come up with some answers there, because I think, I don't know what map it could be. Like, I want it to be a new map, obviously, so Continental, Hill Country, Oasis, and, what was the last one? The first one? Rivers. Those 4 have been used. I would like it to be some different maps. Islands is going to happen eventually. I don't know when. Maybe Islands is next. But I think we want to stick with a more standard tournament next time because Oasis kind of scared people away, and I'd be afraid of Islands also scaring people away. When you compare this tournament to our previous tournament, Assyria and Ashes, we had a qualifier bracket with 40 people in it, and a tournament with over 40 people in it, and our total tournament had over 50 players. This one has 20. So I think the player base does deserve maybe a more standard play. I think Oasis scared people away, and it wasn't deserved. This map is glorious and should be appreciated by all, and that's a forward Vil.
Glorious, I love that.
Baloni.
A scout.
A scout?
So, yeah, purple scout. And, heading towards 9. And by the way, he's 30 seconds fast on tool time. Same build count.
But when you compare it to the Soy Sissoko game 1, that worked so well for them.
Second scout.
Yeah, but they're not forward. They're not there yet. The Slinger's already on the hill with the upgrade. The scouts.
That's why this is gonna be so interesting to see if they do the hit and run on the build.
I think Memo can deal with this just fine. Oh no, Memo's moving his army out. This could be huge. He's culling his own numbers. He's gonna immediately recall these Slingers. He cannot let this happen.
No, there's another scout. So King Baloni is investing heavily in the scout. Oh, he's got one sitting there. I don't know why he's got the
He's got the forward Vil as well.
He did the upgrades.
He put a pit on those elephants you were talking about.
So he's got the food, and he's got Gazelle there. So he's got 3 elephants. He's got Gazelle.
Mm-hmm.
He's got all the upgrades for the scout. So he's trying to shake it up a bit. But I think the difference is he didn't blitzkrieg like Soya did. Soya had 2 stables, and he pumped them out fast and he hit hard. This one is just this first scout's not doing anything. He's just kind of hanging out.
But it could do the same thing that the Axers did. The Axers didn't kill that many Vils. Think about what the Axers did. They disrupted Memo enough to give Baloni an eco lead for a while. That lasted a while here. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen here, but I'm just saying there's a chance that Baloni makes this work.
Baloni's 24-21 Vil lead.
He could take map control, and look at the barracks on the hill. He's done exactly what we talked about. He might be trying to take some map here. There's another barrack, so he's transitioning into slingers of his own. He can't use the scouts anymore. They're invalidated at this point. But Memo, think about it. He wanted to send out the Vils. Look, he's hiding Vils in the wood line. He can't be safe with his farms. That scout, he should really group his scouts up so that he can really get the most out of this. Does he have the slinger upgrade already?
Memo does.
Baloni does not yet have the slinger upgrade.
That's because he spent all his money on the scout thing.
But he can afford it with those elephants.
Yeah, I think it was a good play, but I think he should have waited until he had like 3 or 4, and then blitzkrieg.
Yeah, you try to get the picks. He hasn't done any damage with these scouts yet. In fact, he's only lost 2 scouts. That's all he's done. I'd love to have seen, exactly as you said, I'd love to have seen him get enough to kill slingers efficiently and try to find those lone slingers. There's a couple in the barracks, you know what I mean? Find those lone Vils, kill the stone miners. That can be really disruptive. Oh, man. And now Memo's going for the counterattack. He's comfortable with his numbers at home. But should he be? Probably. It's cool. The scouts are giving him a nice amount of map control, but I don't know if it's enough. I think the slingers. As soon as Memo had 4 slingers, or 5 slingers, and the upgrade, you can't really approach it with a couple scouts.
This is interesting. The three barracks here up front, on the hill, right outside of
Memoville.
Yeah, that's going to be problematic.
Mm-hmm. I am almost got.
Look
at Baloni's 10 Vil high. 10 Vils over. 10 more Vils. But look at the counterattack. The ant shell's coming. The snake. Look at this.
Memo still only has 2 barracks, and Baloni has 3. So Baloni has more barracks in Memo Town than Memo has.
But man, Baloney, a lot of his minerals are here. Where's his stone coming from? He's long distance mining the stone, like very long. And here comes the yeah. I think he realized he's built this another scout. I think he ran out of stone for those barracks, and Memo's here to disrupt a stone. Is that scout stuck in the? What is going on there? Memo's gonna get on top of the stone and deny it immediately. Oh, he went the wrong way. He's checking the oasis.
Yeah,
The big fight on the hill. Memo's totally surprised by this, I'm sure. Those slingers hadn't done anything prior, and now they're here. And now Memo's like, well, crap, I gotta deal with this. But he has this forward army. I don't know how this works. How does this play out? Memo's still looking. He didn't actually find the stone.
Yeah, no, he knows he's up there somewhere, but he missed it by like 1, maybe 2 tiles.
He's gonna find
he
these.
found this though, and that's going to draw in a lot of attention here. So this is going to close the build gap a little bit. Even if he doesn't kill him, he's going to idle him.
It's a fill gap of 14, though. It's a long way to go. But again,
Oh my
Memo with the
goodness.
larger army,
Oh
though.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that big a difference.
Yeah, but again, like we said, Vills need to be on farms to be efficient. He's now forced off of his food. Think about that. He's got no food income. He's got just the 5 farms.
Yeah, but Memo's gotten all of his got idled.
Oh, I missed that. I missed that. My bad.
So yeah, we've got 2 simultaneous attacks going on.
It's hard to follow it all. As the scouts are idling there, they will be brought into combat and immediately killed. And here we start to see the real power of the slinger against these scouts. I mean, I think it's a miracle that Soy won that game with the scouts against pure sling. Like, I don't know how he did that. It was that was a masterpiece of the scout rush, right? I'm so impressed by that still.
It was a blitzkrieg. That's fine.
And here we have Baloney. He's about to get forced off of his farms. Memo's now honed in on the location, and he's defended at home.
Here's the big weakness in this: is that Baloney went all offense, which I think was the right plan for him. But the issue he's got now is he's got nothing to defend against.
Yeah,
and the problem is he didn't take advantage of the forward attack. I mean, he built up, and with the scout, it sat next to a storage pit, didn't do anything. And then he was building up with 3 racks, but he didn't do it. He never attacked. So it was like he set up for the attack, but didn't execute.
Well, also props to Memo here. Props to Memo here for he sent out this counterattack when there were still scouts circling his town. That's confidence. That's confidence in your play style, in your army control. And look at this now. Look at that hill. It's gone. This game's over.
Yeah.
Off the farms. The scouts. Oh man, I wanted to believe. I wanted to believe in the scouts. But as we saw,
I still think there's hope for the scouts in this. I think he misplayed it. I think it started right, but like for a long time, if you go back and watch the VOD, you'll see that scout sit next to a storage pit, never attacked anything, and Memo's like, oh, he's got scouts, so it gave him an opportunity. Well, I hope.